So, welcome. This is October 26th, 2024. It's National Blue Ribbon Make a Difference Day. And it really starts here and goes beyond this day so that whatever you're listening to in the future, if you see that date, just know it's a stake in the ground. It's a moment in time where when we can all make decisions to bring people up. I am Grandma Sparky. My name is Halise Bridges. Halise like Helen Ice. Bridges like a bridge builder. I am the founder of Blue Ribbons Worldwide, and our mission is uniting humanity through the power of love, one child, one community, one country at a time. How can we, through the power of love and recognition and appreciation and respect, uh, build people up, empower dreams, and heal our planet in 60 seconds or less? Our work has reached about 50, well over 50 million people around the world. It all started with me honoring people with a blue ribbon. Now we have programs for elementary, middle, high school, colleges, universities, corporations, military, all over the world, training people how to uplift people, how to speak a new language, which is an empowering language that is intimate and responsible to making sure that people feel validated, empowered, and loved. And with that said, and we're going, by the way, for 1 billion people being honored. So I'm going to invite all of you to be a part of that opportunity. But I am introducing you to this magnificent, my friend, my colleague, my inspiration. Uh, well, let me say, it's Dana Bristol-Smith, okay? And I'm going to read out of what I know about her, but I know about her. Okay. She's, well, you're the founder and executive director of Leap to Success. Okay. So women's empowerment organization that provides professional growth and development programs at no cost to women who are rebuilding their lives from domestic violence, from homelessness, or other major challenges in life. And and you were named in 2023 Discover Magazine San Diego Power Women with over 3,000 women graduates. You're a TEDx presenter because I remember on the same day we were TEDx presenters.
Yes, we were.
I know, and I just noticed this. And at the same time, we were both acknowledged by Discover Magazine. And I think it was 2023, right? But here's the gift that keeps on giving is that you took an idea back at, what was it? What do we say? It was 14 years, 15, 16, I don't know.
2007.
2007 in your home, an idea, and you were teaching people how to speak professionally when everything changed suddenly. Why don't you tell people about that? How you came to that?
Sure. Well, hi, Grandma Sparky. Let's say hello first.
That's lovely.
Thank you for acknowledging National Make a Difference Day, and you are truly the perfect person to be doing that, since you've made it your life's mission to make a difference in acknowledging people.
I receive that. Thank you.
A big mission. Yeah. And my turn in my journey was back in 2007 when I had an idea that wouldn't let me sleep one night. And that was to take the same kind of program that I was delivering to corporate executives and sales folks and other people who were out speaking on behalf of their companies, was to take this idea and create a program for women who wouldn't have access to it, and for women who had lost their voice, and in many cases almost lost their life and really lost their direction in life. And it ended up being a program for domestic violence survivors, and has evolved to be for any woman who needs to rebuild her sense of self-confidence, her voice, reclaim her power. We've created an incredible curriculum and path forward, and as you mentioned, have served over 3,000 amazing women who just show me what it looks like to be resilient and courageous and strong, and to know that you can be the one to make your own choices in life and move forward in a powerful way. So that's what Leap to Success is today.
Yes, and I remember that what sparks, we never know what sparks or who says something to us that all of a sudden, it's you make that change. I think it was a woman or so. You were doing a program, and then all of a sudden they said something about perhaps you could do this work for. I'm not sure. I don't want to tell the story wrong, but help
Yeah,
me
no,
out.
it was an idea that I had had for this curriculum, and I
Mhm.
wasn't quite sure initially who was the best audience for it. I knew it needed to be women.
Right.
And I was sharing it with someone, and she said, "Well, Dana, have you ever thought of working with domestic violence survivors?" And at that point, I had not. And I told her, I said, "Well, no. And I don't even know that I know anyone who's had that experience." And she says, "Well, you do. You probably just don't know, but you do, because it's so pervasive. And it's actually 1 in 4 women in our country at some point will be a victim of domestic violence, and it's 1 in 7 men. So it is more common than most people realize."
Yeah, and what whoever's watching this, okay, you can have an idea and you can have a what you're going for, and somebody might trigger you and give you this vision and something in our hearts. I know the blue ribbon I've noticed for myself is a doorway to the home inside the soul.
Mhm.
It connects people heart to heart. It allows people to be empowered for their dreams that we don't even know what we don't know. And what's so spectacular is that you did everything you could to build a business, a nonprofit that was so solidly built by you going into trainings, by you learning how to do it. I'm a ready, fire, aim kind of personality. I'll just do something, make it up, and watch it fall apart, and then it'll come. People will help to come put it together, right? And it works. I have that personality. You are, so grounded and so revered and so loved by the people that you train. All this, you've got what, 10 people on your staff now, and you've got the board of directors that are big, uh, and you
Yeah,
get a lot of donations, which you deserve, and that's why it's no cost to the women. Yes.
yeah.
So, and then I have the privilege over the years of training your, because you go Leap to Confidence is your first program. Yes. How long is
Mhm.
that?
It's 6 weeks.
6 weeks. And then you go on to some of those women.
Yeah, we work with a small group of women, usually about 10 every other year, through Transformation Leadership,
Okay.
which is today a 9 month long leadership intensive program where the women build their public speaking skills to share their own stories of what they've overcome. And that's the program back in 2007 that was the
Right.
idea in the middle of the night. And then I started sharing it with friends, and you were one of the very first people I shared the idea with, because what I knew was that each woman that would go through the program needed to know that
Right.
she was someone who could make a difference. And she needed to be someone who could really recognize her own worth and value. And I didn't know of anything outside of the blue ribbon that did that.
Yes.
And so that's why I invited you way back when to be part of the initial team. And you've been part of every leadership program since. And that's one of the very first sessions, is the women having that, being honored, being able to accept that acknowledgement from another person, and then being able to do that for someone else. And it's healing, it's transformational, and it then sets in motion more that they can receive, and more than they can give.
And this takes, it's when we talk about something simple, you can't get into your car with, well, nowadays you go beep beep and you can get in. Okay. You know, in your homes, you need the key to get in, to, get into the home that, so you can do your cooking or take care of your kids or whatever. to get into the home of who we be is very unusual. It's not taught. You know, we're in a world where we focus on. I have a book that I've been writing for years that I tell you about all the time. It's flat world, round world, out of this world. And in a flat world, it's negative based. It's punishment based. Most of us were taught in school when our teacher, if you got 7 right on a test and you got 3 wrongs, you go -3 in red ink, and you never felt you were enough. You just got 7 right. If anybody had said, "Good for you, 7 right, and let me show you how to get the other 3 right too," that would have helped, right? But we don't have that culture built in. When you do the blue ribbon ceremony, when we do the blue ribbon ceremony with your students, would you say it's your students? Do you call them so? I don't know.
Yeah, we call them participants there because they're all ages, but they are students because they're in a place of learning and growing and discovery.
And it's new because they have not had this. When they come in, they're in a new, safe. Maslow says you have to, after food, shelter, and clothing, and all that stuff. You have
Yeah,
to have a safe. You have to feel safe, a
yeah.
sense of belonging. Then you can have esteem for self-esteem for others and self-actualize.
Hmm.
And what Leap to Success does is provide all that. And when I get to come in to participate and teach for a few hours every couple of years, or be here for all of your events, actually, I rarely miss any of them. It's because what I know is I get refueled by the great women that graduate from your program and come back and come back and come back because you make that available. Yes.
Yeah.
And I sit there and look, think about it, that somebody that was homeless, I mean, we all know these women that have rebuilt their companies that they started with. And we think about homeless people on the streets, but we don't know their backstory.
Yeah.
And share a little bit about some of the women. You don't have to use their name, but of where they came from and what happened, if that's appropriate to do.
Sure. And one thing that I want to recognize here, Sparky, is that yes, I had the initial idea, but there have been so many incredible people that have stepped in. At first on our advisory council. I mean, I was smart enough to know that I didn't know nearly enough to
Right.
do what I wanted to do. So I found and invited incredible people. You were one of them on the early advisory council, then became a board of directors. There's 10 incredible women on our board of directors today, really smart business women from various industries. Our staff is incredible. We've always had somebody, and I mean, Kelly's been on now for more than 10 years, that has a
Right.
clinical background, who's a social worker. So there's so much. It truly takes a village. And I've been incredibly fortunate to find wonderful people with expertise and passion and heart to work together to create this. So it hasn't been me alone for more than a minute, really. So I just really want to acknowledge and that what it takes. What it takes. It takes a lot of people. If you have a big vision, it takes a lot of people to come around that vision and to fuel it and support it and engage others in it. That's how we move forward and we do it together. Your question, I think about one of our graduates whose name is also Kelly, who I'm sure would be very happy to have me share her name
Yeah.
on this because she's become a true Blue Ribbon ambassador because of the difference it made in her life. She's a woman who grew up with very low self-esteem, never felt like she was enough. She was homeless for a number of years. And when she came through the program, First Leap to Confidence, she kept coming back. So we made her a classroom assistant. She just wanted to be in this positive, encouraging, motivating environment. And she wanted to help others. And she wanted to share what she had learned. So she became a classroom assistant. She helped us set up, tear down. She'd sit alongside a woman who was having a hard time and do the exercises with her in the workbook. And today she's on our staff. She is a graduate instructor. she's one of 4 graduates who are on our staff today. That's 40% of our team, our
Wow.
program graduates. And she shares her own personal story. But the big difference for her is that she's become a Blue Ribbon ambassador. She takes the blue ribbon with her wherever she goes. She honors bus drivers. She honors people working in the grocery store. She honors the mom having the hard day with the child. And she looks for people who are making a difference, and she goes out of her way to acknowledge them. And it's given her so much fuel and so much energy, and it's really helped her transform her life. So that's just one story. That little blue ribbon has magic to it, as you know.
And didn't she just speak at your event?
She has spoken on many stages today, including our Leap Day event, which was kind of a last minute thing. Someone that I had lined up was unable to. And I asked Kelly, and so she stood on stage in front of 150 people and shared her story and did it beautifully. She is with us at fundraising events, sharing her story, just being so genuine and sincere in wanting to make it possible for the next woman to
So
know that she matters.
what's so glorious about our relationship and how you're talking about you need to create a team of people that are, that have wisdom, because as we're building things, it gets so big, it can get too big and fast and overwhelming. And we need to be able to reach out to people who can at least coach me, quiet me, meditate me, but also bring in their expertise in a heartbeat, because they've spent only so many years teaching this. And I go, oh, you need that contact? No problem. In our everyday world, people are walking around banging into each other, not knowing that the other person knows the answer, and we don't know how to ask for help. I've learned this constantly, and I keep learning it. And you're just strong about knowing that at the beginning, and just because I didn't even know at the beginning. It took the blue ribbon ceremony took off so fast, 35,000 people honored in the first 3 months, and everybody telling me what to do, and I was spinning like a top because it was emotional, and everybody wanted something out of me, and I didn't have it to give. And
Yeah.
I just have a blue ribbon for you, special gift for you right now. Dana Bristol-Smith, I have this blue ribbon for you. And it says, who I am makes a difference. And I want to honor you in this moment, because I think about you a lot. And even whether playing ping pong, or when we used to, work closer to your office and where I lived, and we come over and play ping pong, or you'd call me up and say, let's take a walk and go to Balboa Park and, go to the museums, or and we saw the dolphin swimming by the ocean one day, and we were just looking, and there's just pods of, of dolphins swimming by. Or you're calling me up and it was really hot one summer, and you say, I want to go swimming, and I have a swimming pool in my complex, and we went swimming. So you always think of those monumental things. And I'm always saying, yay, because I don't think about that. I just need somebody like you to remind me to do other stuff. I never told you that before, really, in that way, right? But we've always had a great time together, and I so admire you, because what it takes to do the fundraising that's necessary to build and and allow women to come at no cost, and give them the gift of their life, and have them be on main stages, and have them transform other people's lives, is monumental. And would you accept this gift from me virtually?
I would be delighted. I
May I have
will.
permission to place it on you?
Yes.
I know you're looking, everybody's looking for their ribbon. I swear
I
the
know.
whole
I'm
way.
gonna look
I,
and see,
I
because
never
I
told
usually have one
anybody.
right here. Actually, what I don't see. Oh, yes, I do. It's on my computer monitor over
That's all
here.
right. I'm glad you said that because everybody that I'm doing going, oh my God, I have, and then they open their door. It's right here, or it's on my computer. So
Yeah.
that's the gift that nobody throws the ribbon away. But it's tradition for me to take the spark from my heart and put uh, it into your ribbon. It's this into the cheerleaders in your ribbon. It is the sound that makes dreams come true. And now you're going to do this with me. It's new. It's to snap 3 times. So say with me. And a
And,
one,
and a one,
and a two,
and a two,
and a three.
and a three.
Bing!
Bing!
And every time you hear a bing, you'll know the child within us just got our dream because we're building people up, empowering their dreams, and pointing to the world where we can all live, dream, and succeed um, with cooperation uh, and creativity and innovation for all of us. And it's tradition for me to pay it forward, give you 2 extra ribbons so you can honor someone and give them a ribbon to honor another. In concluding this, I think that I wanted to say I know it's coming up to me. There are roots that you hold to keep you resilient because you're in a world where you work with the YMCA or the domestic violence organization. Everybody that you're working with that nominates the women to leap to success. Tell me what keeps you in your resilience in your heart and your focus, given that you're building an organization that gets bigger and bigger all the time.
Yeah. The one thing to recognize before sharing that is now women can actually self-refer to Leap to Confidence. So if there's anyone who's listening that's interested, that really wants to build their confidence, that's had something happen in life where you don't have your voice and you don't have your power, go to our website, leap2, spelled out T-O, success.org, and look at the Leap to Confidence program. And there's contact information on there.
Got it.
I think for me, Sparky, it's really keeping my own balance and taking care of myself. There are a lot of demands. There's a lot that is required, and
Right.
so it's really doing my best to make sure that I can take care of myself, so I have the energy to be out there and to do this work, because it's really important.
It's important work, and I value what you're saying to everybody is about our balance and taking care of ourselves first. We're usually the last people to think about it for most people. So if we acknowledge our worth and importance first, and that takes time because we're not doing that. Usually trying to take care of our kids or our workplace or whatever, but to look to our own hearts and acknowledge our worth and importance first. I want to thank you for everything that you're teaching. We're going for 1 billion people to be honored. I invite everybody to go to Blue Ribbons, BLUERIBBONS.org, and not only order ribbons, but find out about our training programs for elementary schools, uh, colleges, businesses. We've been in the military, everyone. And just get in touch with Grandma Sparky at Sparky, SPARKY, at Blue Ribbons, BLUERIBBONS.org, and be part of our 1 billion. Be a blue ribbon hero for our kids and our community, our country, and world. I love you. God bless.
Thank you,
We'll
Sparky.
talk soon. Bye-bye. Good job.
Yes, we
Oh, my
will.
God. That's too much fun. I tell you, I'm having a great time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.